Hi guys, this is Miss Andrea, and today I'm going to work on showing you how to do this cute little creature on a quick video. It's about 15 minutes long. The hardest part of it is actually the drawing, the choosing of the right animal, and the drawing where it doesn't look like a demented animal, which is what happened to me in the first couple of drawings. So let's see how that goes, and hopefully you will have fun in the journey of drawing a cute little koala bear. After you get your paper ready and your pencil, make sure you find a photograph of an animal that you want to draw. I always draw from real life. It just helps me figure out the shapes and the forms, and then I begin with the head. Lumpy, it does not have to be realistic. The ears, we're going to move on to drawing the body. Notice that the ears are not symmetrical, and that is okay. We are not trying to accomplish a realistic looking animal. It's mostly a fun looking one. For the eyes, for example, I chose two different types of eyes, and they're definitely not what a koala bear eyes would look like. Adding some eyelashes and other things. You will notice that I am also erasing some parts. If some parts that you have drawn are not the kind that you wanted to do, just go ahead and erase those marks. It is okay, you're going to paint over them. So keep up, add some symbols that have meanings to you. It doesn't have to be all just totally realistic. You can choose to add stars or hearts or musical notes, anything that actually attracts your attention. Some extras can be a little crown, or in my case, besides the crown, I also wanted to add something that I love to listen to but not necessarily play, which is music. I don't know, I tried to play the guitar, never was good enough for it, but I would really enjoy to be able to do that, so I decided that my koala bear needed to have a guitar, and some musical notes had to come and be part of my design too. I am finishing some touches using the musical notes as grounding elements, and you would notice they also added flowers. And I'm finally ready to move on into the painting. For the painting, I am using a really thick watercolor style of paint. It's called wash, which is almost like a tempera paint. And I'm choosing a warm color scale that will stay mostly within the yellows, the oranges, and the reds. And I will use violet and blue as complements to some parts of my koala bear. But this is your drawing, this is your painting, so you can totally choose different color schemas. You can stay with mine, or you can choose something completely different and play around. What colors draw you, what colors make you feel, like will add to this animal, or just whatever you have available too. So this is a time to have fun and just play around with what supplies you have at home. Let's see what happens with mine. If your color has gone down too dark, then another technique is to withdraw the color from the place, which basically requires for you to leaven your brush with water and take a paper towel and slowly remove the color from the paper. It's a very simple process where you use your brush and a paper towel and dry it out and keep on lifting the paint from the image. Having finished most of the painting of all the areas, now it is time to start adding highlights and lowlights. So the highlights are going to be done with a really heavy white brush. You're just going to take white paint and add dots and lines and some sort of pattern or highlights where you think it would add to your image, and it's going to lighten up the colors too and just create it a little more playful. Basically what you're creating now is accents using that white. Having finished up with the white accents, I'm going to take a fine Sharpie, which is the thick tip Sharpie, and I'm only going to outline some sections. I am not outlining my entire image. You can choose to outline the whole thing or just part. It's totally up to you. I definitely start with just parts and then see what needs to be defined more precisely. Your lines can also add patterns, as you see on some of the dots. It seems to be my design, and but not everything is highlighted and outlined. Some parts will need it and some parts won't. Your goal is just like consistently stop, look at your image and see, what do I need to do? What do I just stop? And at some point you're just gonna say, I am done. My drawing is finished. My painting looks great. And the last but not least portion of this is when you sign your work. Don't forget to put your name and when you created it. This is just another traditional thing to do. Here is your finished project.